Hi everybody. I thought I would do Tammy's tag, and Tammy did a video, I'm sorry, Uppy's Beads, I think it's 59, I'll put it down below. Tammy tagged me to do this video. She did a video on the things that she would have done differently when she was younger, if she knew what she knows now. And she tagged some women who had lived a few years. I don't know what her criteria of age was, but I'm probably the oldest one in the group that she tagged because I'm 60. As y'all know, I just brag about that. I'm so proud of that. I just can hardly make a video without mentioning it at least once. It's going to get worse in July. In July I'm going to be 61, and you all are really never going to hear the end of it. But anyway, I've thought and thought about that, and she had very specific several things, and you know, there's only one, I think she mentioned it on hers, that I could think of that would be a specific thing. That's hard to believe, isn't it? That you could live to be 60 and there's nothing you would do differently. But there is a whole big deal I would do differently. But one thing in particular would be making sure I wash my face every night. As a teenager, I just didn't do that, you know, and as a young mommy in my 20s, I loved my makeup and I'd go to sleep in it. And I will be quite honest with you that one of the reasons for that was I wanted to look beautiful for my husband when I went to sleep at night. And I wanted to be very attractive and very sexy for him, and I left my makeup on, and then I would fall asleep and wouldn't wash it off, and I regret some of it, not all of it. I mean, there's something with going to bed with your false lashes on and everything. I can't even tell you. But I'm joking. I didn't even wear false lashes when I was in my 20s, but anyway, that's something I would do differently. But I thought I would just mention one thing that covered a whole gamut. And that is when I was born with very, very naturally curly hair. If any of you are familiar, and I'm sure several of you are, and probably subscribe to Gina, her screen name is Love Peace and Lip Gloss. If you've ever seen her hair, that's exactly what my natural hair looks like. Exactly. My grandmother, my father's mother, had red hair that looked just like Gina's. And I mean, my hair, I can't describe to you how curly it is. Maybe curlier than Gina's, I don't know. I have a daughter who, when she was a teenager, had these beautiful, she had long, dark, almost black curls, but they were perfect spiral curls. People thought she had a spiral perm. Just perfect. Every curl, perfect. My hair didn't grow like that. Now, my hair grew just kinky, curly, wild. And I'm going to try to find a photo made of me probably 25 years ago or so, where my hair's about down to here and it's curly like that, and you can see because I wore it for a time like that. But when I was young, my mother didn't know what to do with my hair. My dad had very, very curly hair, and like I said, my grandmother did, and that's where I got it. My mother has stick straight hair, and my sisters had hair like my mother, and my brother, I have two sisters and a brother, all had straight hair. I was the only curly-headed baby, and it was just unmanageable. I didn't know what to do with it, and I graduated from high school at a time where stick straight hair was very popular. In fact, my junior and senior year of high school, girls ironed their hair on an ironing board. It had to be that straight, like Brady Bunch. You know, the TV show Brady Bunch, and parted in the middle and straight. And I grew up with this wild curl. And I didn't have the confidence that Gina, I admire Gina so much, and I'll tell you why. I don't know what trials she may have gone through to get here, but she's confident in who she is and her look. And I never had that. I struggled to be and look like everybody else. and I wanted the straight hair. And when I was 13, I may have told this in a previous video, when I was 13, my mother had my hair professionally straightened for me, and the next day or 2 days later after it had been straightened, I was sitting there running my fingers through my hair. I'd never felt hair like that. It felt like silk, and it was so soft and straight. And it started, all of a sudden I was looking at my hands, and my hands were full of hair. And my hair fell out. I don't know whether they used too much chemical or what, but as a 13-year-old, I was wearing a wig for a while that they paid for and everything else, but it was traumatic. But I just did not know how to deal with my curly hair. And there was a period of time, I don't know, probably in my 30s, my early 30s, my late 20s, where I wore it curly and I was comfortable, and then went back to straightening it. But my point being through all this, that if there's one thing I could change, if I could tell my young self, my older self speaking to my younger self, let's put it that way, I would say just to be confident. None of it matters. What people think and what they say, be who you are. It doesn't matter. And I found that everything in life that I've stressed over, I shouldn't say everything, most things I've stressed over were things that didn't need to be stressed over. I spent so much time and energy caring about whether I did the right thing at the right time. And I'm not talking about morally. You know, I don't regret that that I was a girl that did what she was expected of her and all of that. I'm talking about creativity. And the ice cream man is coming down the street. Can you hear that little melody? Oh well, I'm sorry, I got distracted. I just regret that I didn't lay the rules down and live my life the way I felt to live it. That I didn't walk to the beat of my own drum. And this is why I'm so adamant at the age of 60 that if I love makeup, I'm going to wear it. And I'm not going to open a book or a magazine that tells me because I'm over the age of 50, I can't wear shimmer in my shadow, or I can't wear purple lipstick, or I can't because you came too late. I've already done that. Bought the t-shirt, did the right thing, you know, and it really doesn't even matter to me if someone thinks you'll look younger if you put your makeup on like this, or if you dress like this, or that comes where the other tag I did about what style are you. But I don't want to be put in a box as far as I'm this style or that style or whatever. I balk at that now. And I think it's because I spent so many years trying to do what was considered the right thing, whether it was fashion or makeup, or, you know, when I longed for the purples and the sparkles, and then I was a mother in my 30s and I wasn't supposed to do that, and you have to realize things were different now than it is for 30-year-olds, different then than it is for 30-year-olds now, but there were all these rules and things you were supposed to do and not supposed to do. And you know, a year ago I really wanted to put purple streaks in my hair. And there's another sweet YouTuber which I've talked about, Heather, and I'll put her screen name below. She's a wonderful makeup artist, and she encouraged me that you're never too old for purple streaks in your hair, because she has purple streaks in her hair. And at some point, I'm going to show up here and I'm going to have purple streaks in my hair. So don't be surprised, and don't write me notes saying, aren't you too old for purple streaks? Because no, I'm not. I just think life is too short to live by somebody else's right and wrong. So I guess that's, bottom line is, enjoy your life, do the things that your heart longs to do, dream those dreams and make accommodation for them, and don't let anything hold you back from those things you want to do. And if it's having fun with makeup and You've always wanted your hair a certain color, do it. Hair's just hair, you know, it can be changed. It's like if you do a drastic haircut, it'll grow back. Makeup's to be played with and have fun with, and if you love your neutrals and you love a conservative look, then that's great. But hey everybody, I just wanted to show you some childhood photos, and you'll notice in each picture, except for the one on the right when I was in 2nd grade, that's the longest my hair ever was. It was always, my mom kept it cut very short because it was curly and she didn't know what to do with it. I'll zoom in here and let you see this picture. How curly. It's with a friend when I was about 12 or 13. You can't really tell how curly it is in that photo, but it's very curly. And then, like I said, this was 2nd grade. And that's as long as it ever got. And I remember being excited because I thought my hair was so long. Okay, and then I'm going to put some photos out here that... Okay guys, here's a little montage of me over the years. I couldn't find the photo I was looking for that I talked about in this tag, but you can see the curls. That one is a softer curl. Here's the curly hair. Here's the curly hair. This is probably about 16 years ago. There's curly hair about 15 years ago. This little baby here turned a year old. There's another curly hair. Another one with it pulled up. And this next one, the last one I'm going to show you, is it's kind of a scowl. I'm sitting in the sun with one of my children. But it shows you long. And sometimes I wore it way out wild. It's kind of tamed down. It's wet. I think I had just gotten out of the pool. Okay. There you go, guys. The curly hair. Okay, Tammy, I may think of some things in the future and do a part 2 to this tag. But for right now, the only thing I would change is to be myself. To do the things that I love to do. And not be restricted by what other people thought or what the rules of the game were. So, that's a tag. Love you, Tammy. Thank you for tagging me, and see you later. Bye.